Good morning, trading world. It is March 29, 2023, and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the markets. The overnight session found the strength to rally, but will it hold? Right now, you should expect this market to be more bipolar than Georgia weather. The long side has a decent chance to fly above 400 to 402, but if you don't like being long, just wait a couple hours, and the market will likely fade, possibly holding the 395, 397 area as support. I expect us to continue these jumps as we try to check off the daily chart overbought area before consolidating to see what's next. I got long yesterday 3 call options on futures. However, my order did not get hit to take me out of my last 2 puts options on futures yesterday. But no panic. With the way this market is gamma squeezing, odds are this evening or overnight we will be back around the 395, 397 area. So I will wait to take them off then. Let's get into the key levels of the day. All right, here we are back with the key levels of the day. Starting on the resistance side, we have our jack resistance at the 398 to the 399 area. It's going to be a really powerful area of rejection today to see if we can get through it or continue to reject off of it the rest of the day. Then our queen resistance area is going to be 400 to the 402 area. This is really where I expect the major rejection to happen, or one of the major rejections to happen today. And then we have the king resistance area, which is going to be our 403 to the 406 area. And this purple line right here is really important. It just happens to be the weekly market makers expected move, the upper edge for the week. So I look at this as being a target. This is pretty much that target for the day. Give me just a second here. Looking at a couple more things, whether to get out of a position here. Yeah, so that is that upper edge of the market makers expected move, which I have as a target. And then since we do have daily expirations, we do have a daily expected move, which I've been incorporating more and more since they've started incorporating these daily expirations. And we're actually chopping right on the upper edge of the daily expected move. Now, on the support side, we have our jack support at 398 to the 397 area. Queen support 396 to the 395 area. And then our king support 394 to the 393 area. The main thesis for today is bearish, closing below the 395.60 with a projected target low of between 395 and 393. The alternate, more explosive thesis is bullish, closing above the 395.60 with the projected target high of between 396 and 406. The main channel we're in is from 397 up to 416. The main channel below is 397 down to 379. Now, yesterday, market strength and better open gap down and shot up right from the opening bell, fading from mid-morning until afternoon when it started to rally again. I expect strength to open near its highs and possibly fading from there. We do have harmony between the technical side, which is bearish, and the quant side, which is also bearish. Now, the futures have a bullish bias for the day, with dissonance between the technical side, which is bearish, and the quant side, which is bullish. So that has me all over the place today. I don't know what really to believe or put faith in. So on days like this, I take things down to half a position size, never really putting on a full position size when the signals are all over the place. That and the fact that I had to leave out yesterday, so I wasn't able to watch myself out of certain positions. So I still have some puts on from yesterday. So it just kind of has me at a, very light trading day for me. Possibly, since we're near some targets, I may think of putting on a half a position size puts if we make it all the way to the actual target or that weekly market makers expected move. Maybe a little bit before then. Who knows? We have to see how things play out. That brings us to the scenarios of the day. All right, and here we are with our first scenario, and I can't say most probable because we're tied pretty much the first two scenarios, but what I'll be looking for first is our trend day up day type, meaning we open gap up, start with a pushback toward the previous close. We find support on or before that previous close, then begin the uptrend for the day. Mind you, pretty much a lot of that uptrend has already happened in the overnight session. So don't be surprised if this is or we are at the highs for today. Either way, we usually find our midday chop around either the possible queen, usually the possible queen or king resistance area, but today we definitely want to focus on the jack and queen resistance areas. Normally, we find that coming out the second half of the day, we usually like to continue or look like we want to continue the primary trend of the morning, but it usually turns into a head fake and we get some type of fade thereafter going into the close. Something to look forward to today. I don't talk about it much because it's usually something major when it happens. But we do have an instance where we have a failed trend day. And this happens when we usually hit some type of target that we thought was unattainable, but we hit it. And then once we hit it, everybody's satisfied, and it's time to close our positions, and we basically fall from that point. I have two targets to keep in mind today. One is going to be the 400 to 402 area, which is exactly our queen resistance area, more so that 399 400 area. Then we have the market makers weekly expected move, and that is at, let's see if I can find it here. Got too much stuff up here. All right, the weekly market makers expected move on the SPY. The upper edge is 404.90 basically. So that line represents that 404.90 area. So those are the two targets we could hit and pretty much say goodbye from there. That is our trend day, and not really the vice versa, but just letting you know what happens if we hit those targets and how we could fail or fall from there. All right, our next scenario is going to be our rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued push lower toward the Jack or Queen support area, find midday chop around either the possible Queen or King support before going back up with the same energy or force we went down with the first part of the day. So that is our rounded reversal day type structure. It is possible, and you do need to be on the lookout for the vice versa scenario. And that vice versa scenario could be something like this, where we go back, touch support pre-market, and pretty much get a lift up from there, finding our midday chop around possibly the Queen or King resistance area, and then the second half of the day going down with the same amount of force or energy we went up with the first part of the day. So that is the vice versa alert on the rounded reversal day type structure. All right, our last scenario is our expanded range day structure. We could begin the day at the upper end of an exhaustion consolidation pattern, trying to gather energy to continue, but fading and giving the entire overnight rally back and then some. Those are the scenarios that I will be planning for or watching for. I hope this helps. And I want to remind you there's something that I have been looking for that I have yet to see happen. And I am still awaiting this event. And there's an event that I'm waiting for where I spoke of a rally that would be so powerful or so strong that even as price action rallied up, we would get a uptick in the VIX as well. And this was going to be that signal for me, that powerful rally, that almost blow off top like event that lets me know that the up move has pretty much exhausted for the moment. I just wanted to remind you of that. I'm still watching and waiting for that event, because that's the event where I feel like I will be ready to go really heavy on the short side. So just like I'm continuing to look for it, I just want to remind you I haven't forgotten about it. I'm still looking for it, waiting, watching, when will it happen. So with that, I hope this helps. Please remember that your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital that you already have. We do this by understanding and knowing the risk that we have on in each position and managing that risk in accordance to our account size. With that, wishing you a positive trading day. Let's go out and make it a great one.